Hello, welcome back to the layout. Actually built this inspection pit. I'd like to fit it into here, so I'm going to need to remove a piece of this track. It's all glued down just using PVA glue, so I'll be able to cut the track, lift it up, install it onto the inspection pit, and then join the track back together. So I'm going to just use a Dremel. One of the problems is using these is you can't get a straight cut, so that's why I want to use the existing track. So when you'll get the two joins, it should join together like nice without any major problems. That's the plan. If it all goes wrong, I'll have to take the whole piece out from here, reballast that like small section. It can mess up some of your other ballast, but as it's not weathered in yet, it's not going to be massively a problem, so I don't have to weather it in, but I would still have to do some rewiring on that section, which you don't really want to do. It's just going to be too time consuming, but if it all goes wrong, I will have to do that, but this should fit in there. I've installed all lights on here, so I'll have all lighting underneath. I've used some Christmas lights. I'll show you the which ones I've used, so you can see these are just 3 volts. I've just obviously got to rewire them all in, but I like lighting in the inspection pit. Just makes it look more realistic. So the lights I've used, just some Christmas lights, basically. Some that I bought from Wilko quite a long time ago. They had them on special offer because it was closing down, and there was only about £2. And you got 50 LEDs. They're a warm light, so it makes it useful for other buildings, because this sort of era there wasn't the pure white LED lights that you get, although in the inspection pit you would have had more fluorescent, so it would have been slightly whiter than the warm, but it's not going to look too out of place. But I've used 12 of those lights, 6 on each side, so there's plenty more for other buildings or any other projects. I've got a couple of packs of these, so it's not going to be an issue. It's just make sure that you put a resistor on there, at least a 1k. I would really say 1.2k would be better, because then it's slightly dimmer. Sometimes it can be a bit too bright, I find, LEDs. I've marked out sort of roughly where the inspection pit's going to sit, so I'm going to cut the track from about here, and then it gives me a little bit of room if I want to just move it around a little bit. The engine shed will end up about there, so from sort of this distance, so it should just cover the engine shed. It's just enough room for one loco to sit over the inspection pit. So here I go. Okay, so all I need to do now is wet all this track, let the PVA sort of take up the moisture, and then I can lift the track. You don't need to put a huge amount of water on. It's really just enough. Where's the cup? You don't want it to go everywhere. You can just use a brush and a bit of water. I'm just using a little dispenser, same one that I use for doing the ballast. Right, that's enough. Just allow that to soak in. Probably take about 10-15 minutes. Okay, let's get this track up. as you can see, nice and easy to work out exactly where to put the track back since I sprayed it. Let me clean all that up. I'm going to mark it out and then I can cut this hole. To get all the glue off, I'll give that a good clean before it goes back. But obviously I'm going to be removing a section of the sleepers anyway, so put that to one side. Right, I've got a base. So let's have a look. I think there would be a good, should just going to double check it with a ruler. Okay, just double checking because it's going to come from, hole standing comes from about there. It will sit about there, so that's comfortably in the middle. So that's the hole that I need to cut. So I'm going to drill a couple of holes in each corner and just use the jigsaw. Hopefully I won't dislodge anything on the board while I'm cutting it. So I'm going to get that cut outside and I'll be back shortly. Right, got all that cut. I just need to test this. Make sure I've got enough room. Looks okay. We'll need to just remove some of the sleepers from here. Need to leave as many sleepers as you can on, or a good sizable piece of track. Just keeps the gauge. I do have a gauge tool. Well, when I say a tool, it's a piece of cardboard I've got cut. That wire glue the track onto the inspection pit. It will keep the correct gauge. But they seem to be stuck on very well. Is that where I cut it? No, a bit further on. A little bit more. There we go. I can get that on there. So all I need to do now is just take one of these sleepers out on either side, put the fish plates in, get that join, get this glued in, and then get this glued onto the inspection pit, and we're good to go. Just added the fish plates and just removed. Let's just make sure that we're free. Okay. Make sure there's enough room there, but I think there is. So let's just see if we can get this to line up. Just get some pliers. Okay, let's just push these in. Don't want any gaping joints. I always run my finger just over it. It just makes sure that I've not got a gap there and it's all nice and fine. Can't get any closer than that. I actually think that looks quite good. A little bit of ballast that I've knocked, because obviously we put some water on there and it's slightly, so I will tidy that up a little bit, but that's the only thing really need to do. I have just got to glue this track down, glue it to the inspection pit, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed having a look, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.